in, open the hands wide and the arms wide. Yeah, good. And we'll come the other way, big breath in. Inhale, and then exhale, bring the hands all the way down. Soften in the ankles there. And then a big breath in. And bringing the hands down. Push through the fingers, push through the thumbs. Just test your balance. Perhaps looking at something that's not moving. Yeah, good. And we'll take the hands up. We're going to turn one palm up, one palm down. And we're rotating. So we're sending a spiral through the arms from one finger to the other. And you could kind of flex the hands into this. Yeah, good. So it's got a kind of feeling of wringing out the arms. Yeah, and let's give it up. Inhale, and then exhale. Let's take a forward fold, a bow here. Relaxing over, bend the knees as much as you like. Relax the weight of the head. Yeah, just give the head a little really relaxed shake, no. And a little nod, yes, to be positive. Press down through the heels, and then we'll slowly roll up, using those arms, the head behind. Just arriving into standing. Yeah, and then for a moment, standing in Tandasana, getting a sense of how the feet feel on the floor, getting a sense of the distance between your sternum and the whatever's opposite you. Yeah, and again, we'll take our fingers up, shoulder height, push through those fingertips, and then push all the way up so they find themselves. Yeah, and we're swaying side to side, swaying palm tree. Inhale to the top, exhale over. So take maybe 4 or so on each side. Do this in your own time. Especially think about lengthening up so that you can come up and over. And you might like to play with the dynamics of it, so it could be real slow. Yeah, or you could speed it up. Yeah, feel how those feet are on the ground. Make sure that you're not gripping on. Excellent. And when you've done it an equal amount on both sides, yeah, let's come up to the top. And again, we're going to bow down, exhaling, all the way down. Relax soften the knees, relax the head. Again, just taking a breath or a sigh just to settle. Take a couple of breaths down there. And if your knees are soft and bent, maybe you'd like to lengthen one and then the other, sussing out the backs of the legs, the hamstrings, releasing the weight of the head. Okay, maybe both together. And this time we'll bring the hands to the hips and we'll lengthen a long feeling in the back to come all the way up, back up to standing. Good, and again, breath in. This time we'll hold on to one wrist and we'll lengthen away. A good trick here, or a good thing to do, is just gently give the head a shake, just so that you know that you're not kind of gripping on with your jaw or whatever. Yeah. And then take a longer up and over to the other side. Yeah, good. So I thought we'd try a different way into Trikonasana that we normally do. So we take our feet a little bit wide here and coming up and over to the side. Yeah, and you might like to just slightly turn out the foot that you're moving towards and lengthen, so you're on this plane that's as if you're in between two, like double glazing. Yeah. And again, we'll come up and we'll take the same thing to the other side. A breath in, and I like to start this all the way from the beginning of the movement, so you're pushing up and away to come over. Turning out that foot slightly, the one you're moving towards. Breathe. Push up through the fingertips. Yeah, and we'll try that again on the other side. So turning the foot that you're heading towards, breathing in and then exhaling. Keep the fingertips facing upwards. Maybe letting the hand come down a little. And then pushing all the way up. Good. Remembering to start from the beginning. Yeah, good. Thinking about keeping in that really nice line there. Push up through the fingertips. Coming all the way back up to standing. And then again, we'll breathe in, inhale up and over to the other side. And this time you might feel like you want to come down a little more. Keep either the fingertips facing upwards, or you can come up and over. I was reading about all the amazing benefits of this position, but I think I might have to send you them in words because it's quite lengthy. It's very good for you. The main thing about it is that it's really good for toning, strengthening the body, the whole body, and it's good for correcting posture. And it's a really safe way into this. Yeah, so you've got your top shoulder opening, and then breathing in, coming all the way up. Yeah, good. Let's take either the hands up high, or we'll take the hands on the hips, it's up to you, and we'll come forwards into a forward fold. Yeah. And then you can see your feet here, so make sure that if you drew a line, it would come to the tips of your toes. And you've got your hands forwards, perhaps on your fingertips there. We're drawing our bellies in, bending the knees, drag the hands towards you, and we'll roll up, all the way up. Taking those hands up and away, turning the feet out. We'll come into a star, feeling your way with the ankles there. You might want to just take a little gentle rise, like something's just coming under your heels there. Or you might want to come up higher. Good. Yeah, drawing everything into the center, so you're like a starfish with this center here. So you're bringing all the energy into the very center. Good. Now we're going to take our heels down and keep that position with the hands and come up and over there. Push through the fingers. Yeah. And back to the center. So you're keeping strong here in your central muscles. Inhale and then up and over. Good. Let's take the hands behind us, turn the feet in. Lead with the diaphragm here. Inhale and then breathe out as you come down. Hands coming towards the back of your head. Good, bringing the hands towards the back of your head and then just kind of letting them release away so that they come in front of you. And again, we'll walk the hands forward. So we're on the tips of the fingers there. Yeah. So let's take the left hand and take it to the outside of the right shin. And have a look under your armpit there. And of course it might look quite different. Everyone's going to look different doing it. So you might well be higher up with your hand on your thigh or wherever you are with this. Finding this gentle twist. And if you like, from here you could bring the top hand up and over and follow past your shoulder. Yeah, when you're ready to release, rewind, take the fingers forwards. You could bend the knees and just ease out here. Before we take it on the other side, so that we, on our fingertips, take our right hand to the outside of the left shin or thigh. And then following this round, so it's like a spiral, so the left hand wraps round and you're perhaps looking past your shoulder there. Coming to the end of that spiral and then rewinding back all the way back into the center there. Let's toe heel our feet in when you're ready. And we'll bend our knees, belly in our lap. And let's come into our Namaste Mudra and come into these twists down here. Yeah. So when you're ready, make some space to move into. So coming up a little way and exhaling as you twist around. Two or three breaths maybe. Use the in breath to float up and the out breath to exhale, belly in the lap. And then when you're ready, taking it the other side, make some space, keep that spine feeling long. Couple of breaths. This is such a lovely one. Inhale as we come up and exhale as we come back, belly in the lap. And we're going to lengthen up both legs just to where you feel good. Maybe wiggle the feet in so they're almost touching. Let's take the hands on the shins here and we'll lengthen long. So we're practically 90 degrees here. Inhale and then exhale. And again, breathing in to come up. Exhale to release down. Maybe you want to do one more. Press down with the big toes. And as you release, bend the knees and really draw the belly in so that you can roll up with those really relaxed shoulders there. Slowly, slowly coming into standing. Keep those feet quite close together here. And pushing through the fingers. Let's take a big breath in here. Inhale, and as we exhale, let's steeple with the hands and then come into awkward pose. Long feeling here from the tip of the fingers to the tail. You can give a little wiggle if you like, just to release the lower back. Make sure that you're protecting your lower back there. Breathe. Maybe take 4 deep breaths here. Really concentrate on the shape that you're making. Even maybe with your eyes shut, you could kind of trace an outline, periphery of the body, expanding into that space that you're filling up. Maybe you'd like to come down a fraction more, a fraction more. Real long feeling from the tips of the fingers to the seat bones. Stop looking at me like that. Press down with the feet. When you're ready, inhale, come all the way up. And taking the hands back. Excellent. Give your legs a shimmy out. Yeah, excellent. So, with this kind of tone, that same feeling of strength in the body, let's go into our tree pose. Or if you want, heel on the foot, or in that nice nook of the calf, or you can take it high. Just try to avoid the knee. Take a moment here. Just finding that stillness. And when you're ready to come out of it, expand, open, away. Yeah. And we'll just go through these, the lotus mudra, taking the hands like so, and we're coming up from the murky depths of the pond into the sunlight. Yeah, and exhale. Inhale, coming all the way up. Holding it there. Pressing all the sides of the hands together. Yeah, good. And then as we exhale, thinking about how you're going to come over onto the other foot, wherever that foot's going to be. It could be calf or, yeah, wherever it is. Finding that stillness. And when you kind of sort of preempting, when you are feeling like that you're going to come out of it, make something of it so you're reaching up and controlling it down. Good. Yeah, and again, we'll come up. Inhale, balancing here. Energy through all the fingers, thumbs. Yeah, and then exhale, we're coming down, and we're just going to come down and just place the hands on the floor. So we've got really generously bent knees. And we've got hands and feet on the floor. And we're just going to have a play. We're going to press down with the right hand, left foot, and then the left hand, right foot. So just pressing weight through the diagonal hands, the feet, so the cross patterning. Yeah. And then a tiny bit off with them. So a little, like a micro movement off the ground. See if you can do it with your eyes shut. And then for our piece de la resistance, We're going round in a circle. Left, right, right, left. Stepping round, and you could just start by pressing, and then you could perhaps lift slightly. Just taking that circle or square one way, taking it the other way. See if you can do it with your eyes shut. And then gradually, I'm just laughing because my left hand and left foot kept coming up at the same time. Rolling all the way up. Coming all the way up, yeah, good. And let's step to the head of the mat there. Yeah, good. All right, let's take a breath in. Inhale. And as we exhale, swooping forwards. Take a breath in to come up a little way. Exhale. Let's keep it real slow and walk the feet back for now, or jump if you wish. Yeah, and if you're wanting to hold plank, do. It might be that you want to take your knees down. Keep that feeling of a nice broad chest here. And I really like to do it with my hands slightly above the shoulders, slightly out, just a little way, because I feel like it's more comfortable for me just to have so you've got a more kind of open feeling in the chest. Yeah. Let's go ahead, bring the knees down, settle back into Balanasana, soften and release downwards, and 3 or 4 real deep breaths here. Keep the shape you're making energized. As if each breath is kind of lighting you up a bit more. And then one of those breaths in is going to take you onto all fours here and immediately come into cat and cow. So exhaling, sides of the waist up, inhaling the other way. So keep that kind of integrity with what you're doing. Keep it slow. Keep it full. Keeping in mind that none of these postures are any more important than the other. So at some point here, when it feels right for you, tuck the toes and then lengthen the arms. So you're pushing away from the hands and you've got a broad feeling in the back here. And then at the last minute, lengthen the legs. So again, that can help to give you this wide feeling in the shoulders there. Yeah, good. So let's go ahead and lift up a right leg. Any right leg will do. Push up and away, flex through the heel. And then look towards the middle of your hands. And you're going to bring the shoulders over the wrists. Soften the knee. We'll come into pigeon pose. And if that's not right for you, you can always come on your back and thread the needle that way. If you're in pigeon pose, it's nice to hold it kind of upwards so that your diaphragm's open, your sternum's open. Otherwise, you can walk the hands forward. And just let the weight release outside thigh. Yeah, with each breath, finding a little bit more release. Again, breathing into the whole body. And do feel that you can you don't have to keep this completely static. You could make these kind of very small movements. Just realizing how, three-dimensional the muscles are. And how we can kind of ease and find new ways to lengthen those muscles there. And staying as you are, or if you're wanting to have a play, you could find that back leg and come into your Raj pigeon. Or you could have your hand on the floor. Yeah. When you're ready, you're coming down, 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 and let's bring the front leg back, and we're actually going to come down through chaturanga and just soften and lie down. Good, yeah, hands underneath the forehead, let the heels relax away from each other and give the hips a rock. Dialing down the volume. All those muscles in the back of the body. And then gathering in some energy here, fresh energy to bring us up. We're pushing up into upward facing dog. Here we want to have a soft lower back, shoulders down and away. You can always roll them up and back and down. Look down, maybe you want to just check your elbows. We want them to be the insides of the elbows facing each other. A little bit of space between the palms and the ground. And then exhale, again into extended child here. Deep breaths. And if your forehead's on the mat, you can always give a little massage there. Using the bow. And gradually we're shifting weight coming forwards. And we can take cat and cow, or we can kind of do a freestyle, whichever you prefer. Just moving wherever you wish. And then when you're ready, exhale, sides of the waist up. Inhale, coming the other way. Exhale, sides of the waist up. Really press down with the fronts of the feet, palms of the hands. And when it feels right for you, you can tuck the toes all the way up into your down dog. Pressing down and away with the heels. Softening in between the shoulders. And we're letting that left leg float up this time. Keeping the hips square on. Flexing through that heel there. When you're ready, we'll bring the shoulders over the wrists. Looking in between the thumbs there. And then bring the knee in. so that you can place it between or heading towards the middle of your hands. So wherever your foot wants to go, all good. And if that's not quite right for you, you can thread the needle. Yeah, deep breaths. And again, maybe taking these micro movements, a little way here, a little way there. Finding all the nicks and crannies. Yeah, and if you wanted to have a play, you can play with lengthening the arms forwards, taking them to the side. You can take them behind you, maybe taking fingertips behind you, interlaced fingers. Or, of course, you can come up into your royal pigeon, the crown. Couple more deep breaths. And gradually unwinding, tucking the back toe when you're ready. Lengthening the arms, coming into a plank. We're coming all the way down though, straight away down, all the way down, lying on the floor there, and give the hips a rock. Release all muscles in the back of the body. Good. So let's just let the feet be slightly apart and the hands are slightly kind of in parallel as well. We're going to come into Sphinx. So we're coming onto forearm. And here you have a soft back. You want to think that sometimes we do it and our elbows are a bit out. So we want to make sure that they're in. Now, have a try at tucking your toes and then walking your feet in so that you're in dolphin. And if that's not quite right for you, you could always push up and come onto all fours to come into it. So here especially, you want this feeling of the elbows coming in towards each other. They're not, but yeah, that's really good. Good job. Yeah, lengthening up through the tailbones. And if I was with you, I'd walk my hands up your spine, either side of your spine, and I'd probably come and put a bit of weight on your lower back. And you'd absolutely love it. Yeah, heels coming down to the ground. Yeah. And when you're ready, let's walk the knees back down. And we're going to roll up slowly. Roll, roll, roll. Hips coming forwards. Yeah, good. Let's come into our gate, glorious gate. Side to side. Make sure you've got the length of the mat there to work with. Yeah, we'll take a breath in. And first of all, let's point through the fingertips and we'll come up and over. And then a breath to lengthen And then exhale up and over. And then when you're ready, we're coming up and over. We're going to shoot that leg out to the side. Fingertips come over. If you like to take some little pulses, you can. Tiny little beats. Good, and then a breath in to come up and over. Yeah, and we can take that leg up if you wish. Yeah, good. Maybe you can bend the knee, have a look at the foot past your shoulder there, past your right shoulder. Or if it's your other foot, your left. Yeah, good. And then lengthen again. Push through the heel, and we're coming all the way up. Great, we're going to bow here, so push your bum behind you, exhale, and release it down. You can sit back on your heel. Or you can stay up so that your hips above your knee. So either staying there or take the opposite hand to the long leg and feed it underneath the stretched out arm. So you're lengthening hand towards the extended foot. A fallen fairy. And thinking ahead, how are we going to organise ourselves to get back up? Use the floor. The floor is your friend in this, so using that contact with the ground to slide all the way up. Yeah, and we'll walk the hands in to come up high. Good. And switching over. When you're ready, actually let's take some up and overs, side stretches. Yeah, so feeling at which point it's going to make sense to lengthen that other leg. How can you counterbalance that movement there? Yeah, and if you want to, some beats. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Good. And reaching up and over. We're cartwheeling. And having a float up here. Just seeing where you can go with this. Maybe you can peep around at your back sole of your foot. And then thinking, how am I going to get back? Lengthen through that extended leg and push up and away with the fingertips there. Inhale at the top, exhale, sliding forwards. And again, you can sit on that back heel if you wish. Allowing the weight to shift downwards. Releasing the arms, head, hips. Just finding other areas that are holding on when they don't need to. And if you wish, you could extend through the same arm as the long leg so that you've got some space to reach through. Again, finding release there. And when you're ready, organizing yourself, using the ground, the touch on the ground, to slide your way back, hip above the knee, and then walk the hands all the way up. Slowly, slowly, bring the knee under. Good. Let's bring the hands all the way up and back and have them in our lower back here. Bring the elbows towards each other. Yeah. And just do what's right for you. If you want to head into camel, you could. It's up to you. You can play with half a camel. Or you could do the dancing camel. You can tip your head back, but I prefer to try and keep the neck long, to get safer. It's up to you. Yeah, good. All right. That looks great. Chin to the chest. Rolling down when you're ready. We're taking the crown of the head to the ground, coming into hare pose, pressing a little through the middle of the back there. Yeah, drawing that belly in, pushing the back upward. Yeah, good. Tiptoe those fingers forwards. And bring the shoulders over the wrists there. Let's go ahead, let's come up one last time. We're going to tuck the toes and we're going to come into that dog, that way where we're bringing our, lengthening our arms and our back first, or we're lifting up our hips first and keeping the legs bent. And set yourself up so you're quite wide, maybe a little bit wider than you normally do it. So you feel really kind of confident and secure there. Yeah, and then send the hips up. So you're high up on the toes. And then send the heels away from you and downwards. And gradually, we're padding our hands in, coming back into a forward fold. And we'll come up the long way. So you could walk the hands up the legs if you like, or you could have long arms. Great, good. So let's interlace the fingers. We're going to step the right foot forwards. Have a look down. Your feet want to be diagonal to each other, sort of like in the corners of a rectangle. You want to have equal weight on the feet, and one way of kind of testing that out is by gently raising the heels and lowering them. Yeah. So we're either going to come forwards with our arms long or hands on the hips, or you might like to try it on the balls of your toes. Whichever way works right for you. Good. Here, think about being really long, like you've got pixie ears. You've got really long feeling in the spine, all the way from the tips of the ears to the sitting bones. Lengthen, lining up the neck with the spine there. And yeah, good. Breathe. Yeah, and then we'll just let everything relax, but control it. So we're coming forwards, the upper body's weight is folding over our front leg, but it's kind of actually in the middle. We want equal weight of the feet still. So it's actually more in the middle. So you can relax the weight of the head, perhaps look down past the feet. So here, just bringing the front foot, just drawing it back a little, and you can push with your hands to kind of make that happen so that the hips are really nice and square there. And we're just going to come back up the same way. So real nice control here, and you can always use your hands either on your thighs or your hips to help ground you, or you could come up long with the arms. It's up to you. And again, in that slow motion, we're going to tip forwards into warrior 3. And again, hands on the hips is good because you can really feel what's happening in your hips there. Or you could have your hands on a chair or something in front of you. Or you could just tilt with this long lever that you're making with the arms. D special. Now fire up the energy between the heel and the fingertips. And if you want, you could come down with the hands to the ground, perhaps find the ankle. Just test your balance down there. Control it back up. I'm spying on you all then. It's really good. Really good. All right. So before we come into the other side, let's catch hold of our back foot and lengthen our fronts of our thighs. You could just stand holding onto the foot, or you could bend the knee, tilt the pelvis under, or you could switch the hand so that it's in the inside of the back foot and come into your dancer pose. Excellent. And of course, if you want to, you could come down with the front hand, if you wish. Controlling it up, controlling it down. Yeah, give yourself a bit of a shimmy. And let's step to the back of the mat. Ready to step forwards with the left foot. Again, finding that balance between the feet, perhaps even looking down, making sure that you're kind of in a functional position there. And then again, testing the balance. Perhaps taking the hands up high, taking a rise, lowering. You can really focus on what's happening, the ankles, the feet. What do you have to do to make it kind of balance like that? And then when you're ready, lifting up and over so that you're coming kind of parallel with the floor. Nice long feeling. Tips of the ears, sitting bones. Breathe, fill up the shape. When you're ready, you can soften down, control it down so that your whole upper body's soft, heavy. Have a play down there. See what you can find, maybe lifting off the front ball of the toe. And just kind of scrunching the front foot back a little, making sure the hips are aligned. Sometimes you need to just a fraction come back with that front hip. And then we'll press down with the feet and come all the way up. And you can walk the hands up the legs or have long arms, up to you. When you're ready, we're transferring the weight onto the front foot. Lengthening the thigh, perhaps bending the knee, tilting the pelvis. Maybe you want to take that hand up and over. And push back into dancer pose. The more you can press back with that foot, the more it'll help you. Well done, everyone. Just another few seconds. Come on. I'll get my drum out. Yeah, excellent. Well, and really control it back in so that you're back into standing. Great, good job. All right, let's take a breath in. Hands coming up high. We're going to head down to the mat. Inhale. And then as you exhale, let's bring the hands away behind you. Let's interlace the fingers. Taking a bow. Releasing the hands when you're ready. And we're either walking forwards, or if you can, we'll walk forwards so that you come onto your knees. That'd be great. Crossing the ankles over and just taking a little slide through there. Lengthening up and away. And then exhale forwards. Good. Relaxing the weight of the head, just kind of getting yourself into thoughts of Savasana. And maybe just deciding on something you want to do before we head into relaxation. Maybe it's just to stay here. Or maybe you want to come up and away and take this chance to take any kind of inversion that you're wanting to do. And if you're doing that, just taking time to feel that back on the mat. Get yourself really comfy, just ease, snuggle that back into the mat. Yeah, and you might want to bring the knees side to side. You might want to have legs up the wall. You might want to do a shoulder stand. Yeah, maybe just to finish, you could take happy baby. And when you're ready, we'll head into Savasana. That's just taking a moment to take a scan through your body, noticing feelings in the body, thoughts coming and going, and breath rising and falling. Notice your breath, sound of breathing, feeling of air touching skin, ground underneath you, space around you. And gradually take your time, tipping onto the side, the elbows and knees towards each other. Gradually pushing your way up into sitting. And let's close tonight with one long Om. Inhaling. Om. Thanks so much for coming. Thank you.